You're listening to Comic Reflections, episode 100. I'm your host, Nicholas Prom.
I'm Jeff Barnhart, caveman companion from land of the Eastern Sea, where there's high humidity and good barbecue.
Comic Reflections is brought to you by Rhymes with Geek. You can check out our show and many cool podcasts like the all-new Anti-Fanboy, Feed It Comics, Super Podcasto Magnifico, plus lots of neat articles and other podcasts too at rhymeswithgeek.com. I also want to urge you to, if you enjoy the show, please to subscribe on iTunes or Stitcher. Yay!
Yes.
Yes. So, the first book we're going to talk about several issues of this series, and this is something that ran for decades, and it's a really great book. It's Turok, Son of Stone. And this is number 38. This is our second episode. It's going to be totally devoted to Gold Key comics. So,
Caveman.
well, it seems like it, yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Nick, right. Last one is tribesman, not caveman.
Well, right. So, but anyway, let me get going in this. The lead story for this book is called Frozen Fear. And no credits on the writing, but there's a strong possibility it was either written by Gaylord Dubois or Paul S. Newman. These guys were very prolific writers at Gold Key. So, but art penciled by Giovanni Ticci and inked by Alberto Giolitti. So here's the basic setup. Turok and his young companion Andar are Native Americans of a non-specific tribe who wandered through a cave or into some mist or something, and they're in a lost valley of dinosaurs.
No. Everyone Aboriginal. All four people's forefathers are Aboriginal. The Indians, or everyone was Indian.
Okay. Where are you going with this?
No, they're not. They are not Indians. They are just they're cavemen, and the cavemen are just like the American Indians, and that's how they operated.
Okay, but Turok and Andar are Native Americans.
Are they?
They are. They got lost in this lost valley, and they want to get out.
Oh,
that's the whole purpose of this whole series.
They don't. I thought they were cavemen because they didn't know about arrows until someone told them about arrows.
Turok and Andar are using arrows from the word go.
Because they were given them.
No, because they're Native Americans, and that's part of their thing. You've never heard of Turok?
No.
Really?
Right.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Well, anyway, yeah, he's a Native American. It's like, yes. Wow.
No, I don't think they are.
No, Jeff. No.
Remember the Sumerian debate?
No, listen. This is the real deal. Look.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I'm not.
No, this is a high-profile series, and yes, it's the whole thing is like, oh, Native Americans. That's the thing. At least Turok and Andar. Okay?
Okay. Well, the names did not sound Native American to me.
Because it's made up by white people.
They could have thought of something. Okay.
Oh my gosh. We're off to a great start
Okay.
For our 100th episode.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, man. Okay, so Turok and Andar are Indian friends. They're in the Lost Valley, and there's a sudden cold snap, and it's a problem.
It messes up the honkers are angry. All scared.
Oh, yeah. In this series, all dinosaurs of whatever stripe are called honkers.
Inuits had 17 words for snow, and they only have one word for dinosaurs, which is...
Turok's not an Inuit. We can narrow that down.
Oh, yeah. But, no, but you would think you would have a name for each dinosaur because there's a big difference between a brontosaurus and a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Because Brontosaurus eats grass, Tyrannosaurus Rex will eat you.
Okay, I didn't write the book.
I know, but I'm not blaming you for writing that. I'm just telling you this is odd.
Okay.
And Honkers is an awful name. It sounds like where you go get buffalo wings with scantily clad waitresses.
We're going to Honkers.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Okay. But anyway, that's what dinosaurs are called. So, Turok and Andar are chillaxing in the cave with the fire, and a stegosaur comes by, and they shoot at it with poison arrows.
So they got food.
Yeah.
Oh, but these other guys come.
Who are cavemen.
Mm-hmm. And they dry them out.
Yeah. So they have superior numbers.
Mm-hmm.
And so Andar and Turok are out in the cold, literally. They run into a triceratops.
Yeah.
And they got to get away from that.
Mm-hmm.
And they trick it, and it falls down into this ravine.
And they fall down with it. Later on, they fall down. And he loses Andar, which is... Andar is kind of clumsy oaf, but I guess he's a young guy.
Yeah.
So they find him. Now they got these huge...
Look like plesiosaurs, and they're just got their necks poking up out of this icy water.
Mm-hmm. And they're stuck in there, so they will not go away.
Right. But they're trying to get Andar and Turok up on this cliff, trying to bite them and eat them.
Yeah, and the sun is melting everything, so then the monsters, plesiosaur, will come and get them. So they try to figure out, they do some mountain climbing, and they get attacked by a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Yeah, who's red like Devil Dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
And he falls off a thing, too.
Right next to them.
Right. Like, oh, crap.
Yeah, so Turok leads them on to a chase and then runs around them, and the dinosaur couldn't stop fast enough, so the dinosaur goes and fights the plesiosaurs.
Yeah.
And
so that's pretty cool.
Actually, yeah, it was interesting.
And the fight, it's cool because he sees him big bite on their neck. Yeah, it's fun.
You see one dead, and the other one is being bitten, and there's the other one's trying to bite him.
Yeah,
Pretty
but
cool.
it gives Turok and Andar, ample time to get away.
Mm-hmm. So they go back to their cave, and they want their cave, so because they had the weapons in there.
Right.
So somebody gave them arrows, and they, which is a big deal in the next issue, and they figured out how to poison them. And maybe the poison is the thing. They didn't know how. Oh well. So they do the thing they did in True Grit, is block up where the smoke is coming out of the cave, and they drive everybody out.
Oh, right. Okay. Right, because then the smoke fills up the cave. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're able to take the cave back. So, the cold snap ends, and they're fine. They get back at their cave. So we do have a backup story in this connecting to the cold problem. It's called The Stain of the Savage Killers, and it's the same creative team. Yes.
Right. These now, I guess no dinosaur is totally peaceful. They can squash you without even knowing about it. But but the vegetarian dinosaurs usually don't attack anybody, but all of a sudden they're attacking. And what's going on? Turok notices they have red on their faces. Like they've been eating something red. I think that's blood or something like that. But I don't think it is. I think he figures out it's not blood.
Right.
But they have these super-powered arrows with poison that works instantaneously.
Okay. Yeah.
It does.
All right.
It's just.
But a still panel of a comic, we don't know how potent that poison is, or how long it's writhing and dying. So.
Yeah. Well, the dinosaur does not like being shot with the arrow.
Okay. So anyway, but Turok and Andar, after encountering several dinosaurs that normally wouldn't attack them, they find that they've been eating these berries that cause them to go mad or wild or crazy.
Right. And Turok discovers the berries, and he discovers someone's footprints, Andar's. And so Andar ate him, and so Andar is becoming vicious and is going to attack Turok.
Yeah.
And So Turok is being hunted by Andor, and he finally, um,
They fight, and Turok manages to subdue him and tie him up, hoping that the effect of the red berries will wear off.
and of course, here comes Allosaurus.
Right.
Or Tyrannosaurus Rex, or a really big honker.
Right. A big honking honker.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, so Andor wakes up, cries for help, and really cool scene of the dinosaur being killed by the arrow.
Yeah.
It looks instantaneous, but the sequential art's kind of weird.
Yeah. So, and then Turok and Andor decide to burn the patch of those berries, and hopefully this will solve the problem permanently.
Mm-hmm.
So,
okay.
Their headdress and the way they look, that didn't clue you in that they were Native Americans.
I thought, but it wouldn't be that different, because everyone's Aboriginal.
Okay, I get that argument, but this is a well-known property, and it's like, yeah, like thing one is Turok is a Native American.
Okay. I don't know, but the name Turok, I was thinking caveman.
Okay.
I guess I'm stupid. So,
Well, I didn't know that there was this gap here that you had never heard of Turok.
I haven't heard of everything.
Well,
I'm just a man.
Well, me too. I'm sorry.
I
love how I'm the jerk.
Sorry for you're not being a jerk. I don't know. It's probably a case like I didn't know Superman was afraid of kryptonite or something. You know, it just might be obvious, but it has flown past me. So.
Okay. So, but then again, you probably read DC and Marvel comics mainly.
Yeah. I have read some other brands, but nothing that comes to mind.
Right. I mean, other than stuff that we've read on the show, but
they are wearing moccasins and all that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I should have known.
No. So let's talk about this next issue we have. It's Turok, Son of Stone, number 40, and the lead story is called The Arrow of Fear.
There's a lot of fear going around.
Yeah. If it's frozen fear or arrows of fear. So, no writing credit, but art by Giovanni Ticci and Alberto Giolitti. Italians.
That's Italian.
So here's something cool that I read. Giolitti. These are Italian guys, okay. Okay, but the likeness, the face of Turok and Andor are of Giolitti and Ticci.
Interesting.
They put them kind of themselves into the comic. So, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So what's going on with Turok and Andor?
And it's rained for 2 days, and everything's muddy, and everyone's slipping around.
Sounds like a rotten camping trip.
Right. And these guys come and attack them. They bring out, they're going to shoot one of them with an arrow, and then all of a sudden they start worshipping Turok.
Right. There's something significant about the arrow, and these people have never encountered Turok and Andor before. So.
Alright, so they think the Sky Goddess sent them. And there's this guy, Larp, who has one. So, and the Larp killed a dinosaur, we find out. Killed a big Tyrannosaurus Rex, i.e. Honker. Because all these spears had no effect on the dinosaur, and he hits it a couple times with this arrow, which is a tiny spear. I mean, yeah, looks like a tiny spear.
Sure.
And it kills him. So now Larp is considered a sky god.
Right.
And he doesn't let anybody see him except for his minions.
Right.
No. Okay, so Turok wants to go talk to Larp. And they go up and they see the skull of the dinosaur they killed, was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the arrow. And I don't know why, if you had a magic arrow, you'd leave it hanging out. I wouldn't.
Well, maybe the other people are afraid of its magic or whatever, and that kind of thing, so they won't touch it. But Turok's like, it's just an arrow. I use these all the time, baby.
All right.
So.
Yeah. Let's see. So they fight the minions, Then they show they can have an arrow. So, I'll have to go talk to Larp. Larp. It's Larp.
That's fine.
Okay. I thought it was Larp. Seriously, I wrote down Larp. It's Larp. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Because I didn't remember.
Yeah. Oh, so Larp gets in an argument with him and tells him to leave, and gets his minions and tries to kill them.
Okay.
And they fight, and they figure out that the arrow came from an eagle that was shot, and the eagle died, but made it to Larp's domain.
Okay.
And so they run off, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
so here's something cool. We get a nice house ad advertising Mighty Samson.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. That's a series that I remember you enjoying quite a bit, and I thought was a lot of fun as well.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll talk about it again someday.
Okay.
So there's, as in Dr. Solar, Man of the Atom, Turok sometimes has this interstitial series called The Young Earth. The story here is called The Daring Cave Painter. And really it's just, speculative writing about what prehistoric life might have been like. And this is about a cave painter. Durr.
Yeah. And, I don't know, and that's cave painter painted things, and he was a medicine man, and he drew about trying to get food, and that's about it. That's sort of...
But it kind of illustrates, like, it's our connection to some of the experiences in life that cave persons had.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah.
I had no thoughts about it. I just put down the title, and that's it.
Yeah, it doesn't... Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing... It doesn't really have a plot. So we've got another story in this issue, and it's Turok, son of Stone, with his pal Andar, in peril of the boiling mists.
Shouldn't it be fear of the boiling mists?
No credit on the writing, but art again by Giovanni Ticci and Alberto Giolitti. So yeah.
Okay, I guess they're at Yellowstone Park because all these...
There's hot springs and geysers, and where they are. This valley is huge.
Apparently so.
Yeah.
So they figure out, Turok's pretty smart. Oh, here's this boiling water. I'll just cook my meat in this.
Dino burgers.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I wonder how that stuff tastes. Would it taste like alligator or something like that? Or maybe it tastes like chicken, since they're birds. So
I don't know. I think it would depend.
We will never know.
Or will we?
Man, Jurassic Park, I would go so quick.
Yeah.
I don't care. Let them eat me. I'll see a dinosaur.
Right? So. So.
Alright, so Andar thinks he sees something. Turok says, no, you don't see nothing.
And it's just in the mist, right?
So Andar goes off and he gets captured. But he leaves he was collecting these stones for some reason, and he was dropping to leave a trail.
Well, right. It's real misty, and it's
It's
obviously
very, very dangerous.
Right.
Because, you're walking and here comes this, super hot steam. It'll kill you.
Sure.
And he hopes these guys know how to get there. And he gets captured.
Turok does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andar's already captured.
Right.
And he puts up a good fight, but it's not enough.
So in this land of the mist and geysers and stuff, there's two warring peoples. Or they don't like each other. They're enemies.
Yeah.
And some of these bald white guys and other are people with hair. It's a quick way to
they look
identify.
like cave dudes.
Yeah.
Well, then he blamed, Turok and them were almost friends, and then here comes the enemy guys. So
they think that Turok led the enemy to them.
Right. So.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, so we're going to kill you. But actually, it was a dinosaur that brought them in.
That they had followed while hunting, right. And yeah, it was a cool Triceratops.
Yeah. It's always fun to look at dinosaurs.
Yeah. So anyway, what's going on with the conflict with these two people?
They're fighting. Turok and Andar escape. They hide behind the steam. And they hide right next to a geyser. And they're worried about it going off and scalding them. But they have no choice. So it goes off. It doesn't scald them. So it hides them then.
Yeah.
Yay.
They see a dinosaur vanish in the mist.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. Okay, but It's one of those early dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I cannot remember the name
I
of them.
can't ID that one. It's just...
It looks like an iguanodon, but it's not. So.
Yeah, kind of. So, yeah,
All
that's kind of an abrupt ending, but...
yeah, what do you want? So,
yeah, it's okay.
yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I love the title of the next one.
All right, let me get it going here. The next and last issue of Turok we have to talk about today is Turok, Son of Stone, number 98. And the lead story is called Where Honkers Fear to Go.
That is so funny.
Written by Paul S. Newman, with art by Alberto Giolitti. Yeah. So, what's going on in this story?
They're being stampeded by Triceratops, a huge herd of them.
Turok and Andar.
Yeah.
Okay.
And, Grunk! So.
That's the sound of the animals, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I talk about.
Well, I just wanted to make it clear.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
I'm being silly.
How
And they
dare
say
you?
it again. Indeed, yeah. That's such a serious topic. Where honkers fear to go, I swear. Yeah. But I mean, I guess, is that a honk? Is that a honk?
I guess it's, I don't know, what does a dinosaur sound like? It's somebody trying to...
Yeah, of honkers. Man, what they should have done was take the Latin word, Triceratops means three-horned lizard. They should have said, hey, it's a three-horned lizard. That's what they should have done.
But they didn't.
Yeah. It's just, I don't know, it's hard to be...
Here's the thing, it's really easy for them to be consistent. Like if somebody else came in and writing a different story, if it's just, oh, dinosaurs are all called honkers.
Yeah.
So.
That makes me sad.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
anyway, Turok and Andar are cruising through the jungle, getting away from the stampede.
And they stop.
They collaborate and listen to the screams of a pterodactyl being strangled by a man-eating plant,
No.
or a carnivorous
The
plant.
Triceratops stop.
Oh,
And they don't come any further.
right.
They say "rank," and so they run. And so that's the mystery. Why did they not? Why did they?
Right, they
turn
know
away?
something we don't.
Then the pterodactyl or pteranodon or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
it gets eaten up by a plant.
Yeah, which is really cool looking.
Yeah, it is kind of sad, and yeah. Yeah.
And the plant just eats it and spits out the bones, like quick.
Right, and then there's another one, and that's a huge Venus flytrap, and it just goes on. There's all kinds of, there's vines that run around. Another Venus flytrap.
Yeah.
There's a spitting one.
Now Andar gets temporarily blinded by this plant that spits out some stuff on him.
And he almost steps on this spiky one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So Turok's got to guide him as they're trying to get through this forest.
He regains his sight pretty quickly, though.
Mm.
What else?
Andar's starting to panic,
Yeah.
and then Turok has to punch him out.
Right. Yeah. That's what. And then they find this one plant that shoots darts.
Yeah, and we see an ankylosaur that gets it. They're shooting darts at it, but they bounce off because it's got armor.
I have never heard that word said aloud.
What, ankylosaur?
Yeah, I had no idea.
You were going to say ankylosaur,
That's what I thought.
because I've heard you say that before. And so,
Really?
yeah.
Oh man. How do you know? I was maybe the ankylosaur pronounces it ankylosaur.
Well, we'll just have to ask the next one we see.
It is one of the coolest dinosaurs.
Oh, it's awesome.
the one with the big
Big club on the end of its
club,
tail,
yeah. Mhm.
and it's just armored all over the top of it. It's neat.
Yeah. So okay. So they try to get out, and this is what's so cool about this. They try to get out, and here comes another barrier of an evil plant, and it's kind of neat. They can't get away from them. It's kind of, I don't know, it's pretty of an interesting story.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna go into the water to get across something, and then just a big alligator with a horn on its nose gets eaten, swallowed up by vines that are in the water.
Mm-hmm. I think they put the horn in there because they had really huge alligators.
They did.
But you don't know how big it is, even though it's really big in this. You need some snags. Put a horn on it.
Sure.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think they really had horns. Oh, now that they settle down for the night, and here comes these creepy vines going after them. So they use fire and try to kill it. And here comes a flesh eater honker.
That's a big tyrannosaur, I guess.
Mm-hmm. They kill it.
Yeah.
But the seeing a honker means, oh, it's safe because there's no more evil plants.
Was that the end of that's the end of the story. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, not bad.
Yeah. So the backup story in this is Mortal Enemies. And let's see, this is written by Paul S. Newman with art by Jose Delbo. And we've seen some Jose Delbo stuff in some DC comics that we've read. I don't remember specifically what it was, but yeah.
Okay. So apparently an African tribesman is tied to a log and is going down a waterfall, or just about to.
Yeah.
Turok and Andor, being good guys, save him.
Yeah.
And of course he gets attacked by a honker, excuse me.
Right.
And then another one attacks.
Right.
So they save him, they cut him off from the tree. His name is Ram. R-A-M-M. Ram? R-A-M-M.
Ram?
Ram? Or was it Ram? Okay.
Ram? I'm just going to say Ram. R-A-M-M?
Yeah.
Just Ram.
Then that sounds like R-A-M, though.
Yeah.
Alright.
Because you don't want to confuse this guy's name with the adjective, or, excuse me, the verb, ram. Like we're going to ram that thing, or...
Oh, that can also be a noun.
Okay, well, look, his name is Ram, R-A-M-M.
Okay.
We don't... Yeah.
Alright, so he gets... I don't know, he's a honker magnet. He gets attacked twice in the first 5 minutes, looks like.
Yeah.
So, he has a story. His tribe has been taken over by Shab.
Who is his brother?
Well, you don't know until...
Well, okay, fine.
You spoiled it.
Really?
Yeah, no. I'm joking.
Okay.
So, now Turok says, I don't want to get into that politics thing.
Right.
It
doesn't involve us. We're trying to just survive.
And that's kind of wise because, and this is the exact opposite of every cowboy comic it's you ever read.
They get literally roped into every situation that they stumble on.
Yeah, you can't go to the bathroom without hearing gunshots and some lass in trouble.
Right.
But here, he says, Turok says, no, I don't want to get involved in it. And
because he's not a cowboy, he's an Indian.
Yeah.
But no, and he's smarter, not to want to get involved.
Right.
It's none of our stuff. But this guy Ram, he won't stop following Turok and Andor.
Yeah, he's kind of rude to him. And so Ram just wants Ram or whatever. He just wants to hang out with him now, and because Turok is mighty dinosaur killer, and
and the man
makes him feel safe.
Boy, there's at least one or two more dinosaurs that come along and they fight.
1, 2.
Yeah.
3? No, just 2. Okay. Alright, so... man.
So they make their way back to Ram's tribe, right?
Yeah, by accident, apparently.
Hey. Just like everybody shows up in this valley by accident. I wonder if throughout time... I think it stands still in time, and I think that there are portals or gateways that open up in different parts of the world, and that explains why there's all these different peoples that are there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Greyonk, says the big honker.
Yeah.
That's an interesting... I think that's the most interesting phrase I've seen.
What's weird in this issue, and I didn't notice in the other ones, is when a honker makes a sound, it actually gets a word balloon rather than it being a sound effect that you see on the art itself.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, anyway.
Okay. Well, I cannot tell the difference between an Allosaurus and a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Well, T-Rex just has the 2 claws, but so many times they get drawn with more than that, so... Oh,
and you mean there's 4...
Yeah, the forearms.
Tiny forearms, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So if they have like more of an arm and like hands that are a little more hand-like, I consider it an Allosaurus. But
Okay.
so I think this is a T-Rex.
Okay. Well, he's big enough.
Yeah.
So they fight, and then we find out that Shab is Rom's twin brother. They don't know which one came out first, was born first.
Right, and therefore has the right to rule.
So
Turok has this great plan.
yeah, one rules 1 month, and one rules the next month.
Or it's during the month, the cycle of the moon.
Yes. Now that's where the idea of month comes from. I think month is moon is a root word for month. And so, I mean, it doesn't go exactly like it, but that's just the way it did.
Right, but in a month, the cycle of the moon goes through completely once.
Right.
So.
Mm-hmm. And but the problem is, who goes first? And they start arguing again and said, Turok, I'm out of here.
So.
Although, I mean, they could go kill each other and all that stuff, but what's he going to do?
But them arguing about it allows Turok to get away from these guys, and the end. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Not bad. All these caveman stories are, I don't know, I enjoyed them. They're interesting.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah. Better than the ones before with the family and all that. Man, the people were boring.
Oh, Korg.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out who was who.
Right.
And
really the only thing I liked about those was Pat Boyette's art.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so.
All right.
So the last book we've got to talk about today is Brothers of the Spear, number 12. And the story is called Harvest of Fear. So there's fear all over the place. Yeah. But this is actually a reprint of Brothers of the Spear number 1. But it doesn't read like a number 1 at all. And that's because...
there's not a number 2.
No, there's definitely number 2. No, this is number 12, so of course it's a number 2. But,
okay.
Brothers of the Spear started out as a backup series in Gold Key's Tarzan books. And so, and actually this is written by Russ Manning, who was the artist on Tarzan. And then the art is by Jesse Santos, who we talked about last episode.
Gorgeous. This is beautiful.
I'm glad you like it.
Yeah,
it's so hard to follow. I mean, because there's definitely an established set of characters and places, and all the names are like, what? Really long, weird things. They're just really hard to get the hang of all these names.
Right. And they'll try, though.
Yeah.
We'll fail miserably,
but the brothers,
hopefully entertainingly.
Yeah, the Brothers of the Spear are 2 warrior kings that are friends, and friends and allies, and one is white and one is black. And this is we don't know what time period this is, but it doesn't really matter.
I've not seen anything that wasn't past Bronze Age.
Sure.
I haven't seen any.
And it's in the Bronze Age of comics.
Yeah.
Ba-da-ba.
Okay, they're having a party. They're hailing Queen Tavane and Abba Zulu.
Yeah.
Danelle and Tavane are the white ones, and Abba Zulu and no. What the? I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Natongo is the black king, and Zulina is his black wife.
Yeah.
And everybody looks good.
Yeah.
Really well drawn. Really cool.
Man, you're going to be really happy when we start looking at Dagar the Invincible, because Jesse Santos does all the art for that. And we are going to be looking at that series very soon.
Yeah.
And it's a sword and sorcery book, so yay.
Okay.
But anyway, these guys, they're having a celebration, and the friendship between these 2 kings and their wives is very strong, and they love each other, and it's good.
Yeah.
But there's some political intrigues because
the sky turns dark, and oh no, are the gods angry? No, it's a fire. So they I try to figure out how the fire happened, and they try to get together and try to put the fire out. And they said, well, how could this is possible? They're guarded on this. but they were started by
These little pygmies.
Man, and they look creepy.
Yes, they do. But these pygmies are the servants of this evil wizard or just a villain who wants to take over and rule wherever this is. I'm assuming it's Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hence the black people.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, so that's basically what's going on here.
Yeah. So what is his name?
The villain?
Nagopa.
Yeah.
Nagopa sent the pygmies to start the fire, so destroy all their grain.
Right,
So
and so it would
they'll stop.
weaken the people, so it would leave a power vacuum for him to come in.
Yeah. So what they decide is, we'll get grain from somewhere else, and let's see, where are they going? It's Tungelu. Then and all of a sudden this runner comes up. Hey, I'm from Tungelu, and we lost all of our grain too. So, oh crap.
The pygmies have been busy.
Mm-hmm. So they go off to this other place and try to get, let's see, Mtembo, and to get aid.
Right.
And they go off, and they're attacked by Turegs, which is a Volkswagen car. One of the, because I know, what in the world's Turok? Is there a certain...
Well, cars are usually oftentimes named after an animal or something, so...
Yeah?
Yeah, but these are a people.
Yeah, and they are cutthroats. Bad guys.
Right.
Really well...
I love how Dan L. and whatever the Black King guy's name is, they ride these mules.
Which is cool, yeah, and they're really smart mules.
Yeah.
And so when the fighting starts, the mules kick butt.
Yeah.
So they're fighting, and they're having all kinds of trouble back at the farm, or the kingdom. They're being attacked by the pygmies and other people. So they're fighting, and the two queens get together and they start fighting, because they get attacked by the pygmies, and they fight pretty good, but the pygmies capture them.
Mm-hmm.
Man, they're creepy looking. The pygmies.
Yeah, they are, because they have these big eyes and
leering lips. Oh man! So
yeah. Cool. The Black King guy, he whistles with by putting the two fingers in his mouth. That's so cool.
I know I can't do that. I can't even whistle. So
what is his name? Tungal? What is his name? Because I don't want to keep just referring to him as the Black King guy. He's really cool.
Crap. No.
It's okay. I'm gonna cheat and look on the internet. Please continue.
All right. So they continue on to Batumbo, where King Molithi is going to help them out. So let's see. All right. So they're going to give. He's going to give them elephants.
Yeah.
And carry on. And it starts raining. They're worried about the grain, and there's a flood. But they get through okay.
Man, these elephants are cool.
They are really well drawn.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'd like to have this on my wall or something.
Yeah, Natongo is the...
Yeah. I think I've said that and I've already forgotten it. So that's... Welcome to my world.
So, the Brothers of the Spear are Danel and Natongo. And Natongo is the son of a Zulu chieftain. And where they live is in what would become Botswana.
Oh.
And Danel is his adopted brother.
Okay.
So they are sub-chiefs and sword brothers together. So.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So they get back to their city, and it's been taken over by the evil. He's actually an albino-looking guy.
Yeah, but he's got like a hatchet face. He's creepy.
It's almost. I'll tell you too. It looks kind of Jewish-looking.
Well, he does have the hook nose. God, can't believe I'm saying that. But yeah.
Yeah. Right. Oh. No, well. But he's looks like an albino, so I don't know. I'm sure he's not Jewish. The name not Nagopo or something.
Right.
So they start fighting. All right. they don't know what to do because if they fight, they're going to kill their wives who are captured.
Right.
So our two heroes raid around until there's a big party going on. Everyone's getting drunk. So they sneak in and find out that they're going to ravish, the bad guy's going to ravish their wives tonight.
Not cool, man.
Yeah. Especially they're really pretty. So.
Well, it would, even if they were ugly, it's still awful.
Yeah.
Okay, but they are beautiful. So
that's a bigger shame. Just kidding.
Wow. No, keep go. Just go. Okay. Just go on.
Never mind. So they come and they beat the crap out of these other guys, and then they're getting surrounded and they're about to lose, and here comes Matumbo, or King Molothi of the Matumbo with his big elephants, and they beat the crap out of him.
So, all the bad guys.
Yep.
So the bad guys get sent away, everybody gets their wives back, everything's cool again. But what about the grain that was all burned up?
Oh, they got grain on the elephants.
Oh, so this was an ally coming to help them. I forgot that.
Matumbo comes and King Malithi offers to come with him with the army, and they say, "Oh no, we won't need you." And then they need him, but King Malithi says, they're gonna need help." So
okay. So King Malithi's a pretty stand-up guy. So right on. Hey, that's a pretty cool comic, even if it's a bit tricky to jump in on this.
I wish I could have started from the beginning of that one. So. And because there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, there's definitely lots of internal continuity. They're like, whoa, or at least some history that it'd be nice to have some background on.
Yeah, why is this Nagopa mad at them? What's up with King Malithi? Why is such a good guy? And
right.
Why are they so friendly to each other? And they both have kingdoms.
Right.
So where do they find their wives
I don't know. Yeah. There's a lot of that stuff. But a pretty cool book. I mean, I've read one or two other issues of that series, and it's...
Are they?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And again, it was a long-running backup in Tarzan, too, so... From Gold Key. And, of course, that license changed many times. I mean, Gold Key did Tarzan, DC did Tarzan, and then Marvel did Tarzan for a while, even. The Edgar Rice Burroughs license changed hands several times.
Yes, Tarzan... I like some of the movies and all that stuff. It's kind of an interesting phenomenon. It was huge back in the early 20th century, and not so much anymore.
Yeah.
There's a Disney film, and that's about it.
I do want to say, this is not an Edgar Rice Burroughs set of characters. It's a Gold Key property. Like, I just wanted to make sure that was clear.
Oh, okay.
But, I don't know.
I mean, the guy's Tarzan turned to a king. That's what it is.
Sure. And Gold Key had another series that we looked at, the Jungle Twins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
kind of cool too.
That was a really cool one. I want to read more issues. I've read several issues of that, but
that's fun.
Yeah. So if you don't have anything else to say about these, I mean.
Okay. Well, I was going to say I was going to do Caveman Talk the whole thing, but then we got Turok is a Native American, which I didn't know, which looks obvious now. I feel stupid. I was drinking beer at the time. Give me a break. I was going to say, yes.
Oh, okay.
But
beer and comics.
I was going to say life is hard without articles.
That's true.
And I was like, oh man, I gave up. So sorry about that, folks. But this is our 100th.
Yeah.
And not my 100th, but 75th, but still, actually, number 5. He hasn't kicked me off yet for being such an ignorant slob. I really enjoyed this, and I hope we do a lot more. And this is really fun. I hope our audience enjoys it as well.
Well, we have no sign of slowing down. If anything, we're picking up steam. Okay. So we'll do the show as long as you're able.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't called us yet. Into the dungeon.
So do you want to talk about or take a look at what we've got, what comics we have in store for next week?
Yeah. And we're starting our second century of comics. Okay. And a child shall deceive him. It's a Space Knights, greatest of the Space Knights, Rom.
Yeah.
So that's how you pronounce Rom, right?
It's Rom, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll have several issues of Rom Space Knight to look at.
Uh-oh. Rom has the Shang-Chi with him.
Oh yeah, the X-Men in the other one.
Does it?
You didn't see them in the splash panel? Like, there's the X-Men?
Yeah, okay. I was shocked at the title. So.
Oh, right. But yeah, we're going to look at ROM number 1838 and then ROM annual number 2.
Yeah, he's dealing with these cool-looking demons.
They are the Dire Wraiths, and you'll learn all about them this week.
I have read this Nick Fury, Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos. I've read this one. It's pretty cool.
And that issue focuses really on Dum Dum Dugan, which is cool.
Yeah, he's my favorite character.
That's Sergeant Fury and his Howling Commandos, number 128. And then
Superman in 1972. Not a great year for Superman, but looks like it's fun because he's fighting against Billy the Kid and
Terra Man again.
Is it Terra Man?
Yeah.
But it says Outlaw Billy the Kid.
Yeah.
Oh, a century ago. Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm just reading these for the first time.
Okay.
Terra Man and this little kid who...
The kid who knocked out Superman. It's Superman number 259.
Okay, it's going to be interesting. All right, we got... Ooh, this is Superman with some kind of Thor looking dude.
Yeah, it's Valdemar of the Flame, and from Superman number 260.
Cool.
3 issues in succession, and we have Superman's The Slave of Star Sapphire from Superman number 261. And this, I love it because they're experimenting in not only having him have new villains, but also face off against people he normally wouldn't fight. And I think Star Sapphire, that's a good villainess.
Yeah, so Fighting Marines.
That's right, another Charlton book for us to take a gander at. Fighting Marines number 131. So,
with the Kid Hero.
Yeah.
I hate Kid Hero.
Oh, you'll like that story, though.
Okay.
So, we'll have loads of fun with both of our episodes next week. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thanks for, I don't know, I was going to say something about ours being our 100th episode, but we're covered. Like, yay!
Okay, it's over. All right.
Oh, man.